Raw vlog number 31. Raw vlogs are recorded in front of a live steering wheel, delivered straight from the camera to you. Also recorded on my way to getting my Friday morning coffee. Hey, Happy New Year, everybody. So for our raw vlog in this episode, we are going to be updating some things now that we are into 2020. We are going to be getting rid of point of curiosity. I want to turn that into just your questions. If you have any kind of questions, you want to hit me in the comments, please do that. And we'll ideally add a viewer/listener questions that I can answer. And if they're like easy to answer, I'll do them in the episode as like quick fire questions. If they're bigger discussions, then we'll actually turn those into main subject matters for raw vlogs. We're also going to convert point of gratitude into stoke of the week. My gratitude is generally pretty basic and pretty consistent. I'm just generally grateful to be alive, to have employment, to have a rad wife, and be able to ride the bike. And that will just be generally what I'm grateful for every week. So we're going to turn that into stoke of the week. And yeah, so the stoke of this week is that I was able to finally ride some chunky stuff up at Greer. We'll have an episode on that this coming Monday. Hand and wrist is still not great, and it's not great, but I am able to, with some care and conditioning, be able to get in there and ride that chunk again. Stoked on that. Yeah, I don't think I have any other channel updates, but today's subject matter is stuff that annoys me in mountain biking. But before you think this is going to be just like a complaining session, a hate session, it's also going to be how I deal with those things that annoy me. And to get you in the spirit, if there's stuff that annoys you, I would love to hear about it in the comments. So start thinking about that. But I would think it'd be really cool if you were to put what annoys you, but also talk about how you deal with it, or how you wish you could deal with it. So we're going to talk about three main things that annoy me in mountain biking. Number one, I get annoyed when people do a lot of talking on the trail. When I'm on the trail, I am on the trail to ride. Don't get me wrong, I love just chatting it up about whatever. I just like to do it afterwards over tacos. And yeah, because I'll talk forever. If you've watched my raw vlogs, you know that's what I do. I talk about stuff. So yeah, I want to get on the trail, I want to ride, I want to move. That's why I'm on the bike. That's what I love to do. How I deal with that is, first off, I just take a deep breath and remember that we are on our bikes to have fun, and I don't need to get max riding in order to have a good time, and I can just kind of like learn to appreciate other people's ways of doing things. I think also I try to remember that I don't need to have any particular experience when I'm on the trail. I can do things to make sure the conditions are good for me to have a good experience, but I try to take the attitude of, instead of like trying to have an experience, I just try to experience. And with things put in place, the things that I can control, those things that I can't control are usually just fine, and I have a good time. All right, number two, the second thing that annoys me is when somebody has all the solutions and they want their solutions to be your solutions, and it just like all kinds of advice. You know, you'll be like, oh man, I really cased that last jump, and they'll be like, well, you know what you should do the next time you jump is blah blah blah, or oh, my shifter is something, well, you know, SRAM really sucks and you should blah blah blah, or whatever. And don't get me wrong, I appreciate when people have suggestions, but when the entire like time on the trail, the person is just like constantly telling you, being the educator role, like that I find annoying. How I deal with that, however, is I listen to it and I just kind of nod and smile and take it as potential good advice that I may or may not that I will take under advisement, that I may or may not apply, and then I can just stash that. I also can be guilty of giving people advice, so I try to remember how that makes me feel, and then remind myself not to do that to other people. The third thing that annoys me in mountain biking is when people talk about stuff, brands in particular, technology, products in particular, either sucking or being the best thing ever. Where, you know, Shimano sucks, or blah blah bike brand is the best thing. And yeah, that annoys me because a lot of the times it's really based on that person's personal experience, their anecdotal experience, and everybody has a right to their opinion and everybody's experience is valid, but in the end it's that person's experience and we may have our own experiences. So what I do to try to find that less annoying is I listen to it as this is this person's experience and they are sharing their experience with me, and that helps me kind of see it in that light. So yeah, that's it. I guess this is gonna be a really short one. I also had kind of a short drive today. So those are the things that annoy me. Let me know what annoys you and how you deal with it. If you're unfamiliar with the channel, I produce mountain bike oriented content, and I deliver episodes every Monday, as well as these raw vlogs. Hit that subscribe button to get that content on the regular. Hit the like button if you dug this video, and if you want to show some direct support and you see the applause button down next to the like and dislike buttons, check that out, see how you feel about it. I would love your support. If you don't already know, any revenue I make to the channel goes directly back into the channel, purchasing filming gear, and once I start actually making like a little bit more through the channel, starting to fund trips that will enrich the content. If you don't see that applause button, it is a new thing that YouTube is putting out, and not everybody has access to it. Not every creator has access to it, and not you may not see it in your browser. If you're on mobile, you definitely won't see it yet. So yeah, hope you dug it. See you soon.